Yeah, it's April, and it's time for VEDA. VEDA, VEDA, VEDA.
What's up, everybody? It is your girl Glenda, and we are back with another episode of Whatcha Cookin Glenda. Alright, y'all, a little housekeeping on today. I want you to hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you click the notification bell so that you're updated every time we upload a new video. And share. That's all you have to do to become a member of the G Squad. Okay? It's free. It don't cost you nothing. Hit the thumbs up button. Alright? You see it right here in front of you, y'all. We are gonna make peppered steak. Stir fry. Here are your ingredients for this pepper steak. So over here we've got some soy sauce. Now I've got a small bottle here because I don't have that much in there, but I have the bigger bottle here. Then you got some oyster sauce, some ground ginger. If you have fresh, use fresh, but I'm gonna use ground ginger. Some garlic. I'm gonna probably cut each one of these in half, the peppers, and use half of each. And then I'm also going to add in a squash and a zucchini along with some onions. And then you're going to be using a little bit of honey. You're also going to be using some brown sugar, as well as baking powder and black pepper. You guys will see what else as we keep going. But I've got some beef flank steak here that is for stir fry. It's already cut up, as you can see. If you have ribeye, that's a good substitution. You can just slice it up in these little, about ½ inch, I guess that is, slices, all right? So I have 3 packages of these because, you know, we finna eat some meat. And I'm also gonna put some rice with this. So let's get into this video. Let's get into this video. Alright, so we're going to marinate our meat. I'm going to add this flank steak in here. And the flank steak will probably take a little longer to marinate than the ribeye, because ribeye is generally already like tenderized. So you see the little pieces.
Ribeye or flank steak?
The ribeye steak is normally already like pretty tenderized, more tenderized than flank steak. But these right here are cut so thin that it shouldn't take that long to marinate. Just showing you. So this is what we're about to marinate this flank steak. Alright, and so what we're going to use to marinate this, I'm going to first go in with some soy sauce. And the soy sauce, let me use this small one since I've already put it in here. I'm trying to get about let me see. Add in our soy sauce. Then we're going to use some ground ginger, and we're going to use like about a teaspoon or so of ground ginger. Not that much. And so technically you're supposed to use rice wine vinegar for this. I don't have any, so I'm going to use red wine vinegar. Now here's the key. When you're using red wine vinegar, it's a little more like stronger than the rice wine vinegar, so you're gonna use less. This recipe calls for a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. It is actually optional, but I'm gonna use it. So and then I'm just gonna probably do like a ½ of a teaspoon of it, about like that, or a ½ a tablespoon of the red wine vinegar. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with some black pepper, about a tablespoon of black pepper, the ground ginger in, a teaspoon to a tablespoon of black pepper. We're gonna add some oil to this. You can use some vegetable oil. I'm just using some peanut oil. And then you're also gonna need some honey. About 2 tablespoons of honey. You're gonna definitely need that to balance it out. Balance out all your saltiness. And now we're going to use about a tablespoon of baking powder to this. And then we're just going to mix this up. Let's see what we looking like. See what we looking like, and then we'll add if I don't see that it looks like what it needs to look like. And this is your marinade. meat has already been covered and set to the side to marinate. So our sauce, we've got a half a cup of soy sauce, which we're gonna see how much this really makes. I might need to do a double batch because of the meat. Then you got a heaping tablespoon of brown sugar. You want to have that sweetness to kind of offset the saltiness. Then you're gonna go in with a tablespoon of your oyster sauce. Y'all know I'm not really measuring. You're gonna go in with some crushed red peppers just for a little bit of heat. They're definitely optional. You don't have to do that. About 3 tablespoons of water and a tablespoon or a teaspoon or so of cornstarch. If you want your sauce to be thicker, then definitely use a little bit more cornstarch. But we're gonna start here and we're gonna mix this up. One of the things that you also can do is add your garlic to this. So I've got some minced garlic back here. We're gonna add a heaping tablespoon of garlic to that. All right, let's just mix this up. I definitely want this to be pretty saucy. We're gonna repeat that. Give me another half a cup of soy sauce, some more oyster sauce, water. Let's go in with some more soy sauce. That's some more oyster sauce. The rest of that water that was in there. Brown sugar and a little more cornstarch. I'm just gonna put my fingers in that. And red pepper. I'm not gonna do no more red pepper because I don't want it to be too spicy. You want to give it a mix to where your cornstarch is broken down, and you want to set that to the side. I have a wok. If you just have a good, nice big pan, that's something that's non-stick, work with what you have. All right, we're gonna set this to the side while we get started on our meat. So we're gonna add in some peanut oil, because that's what I have, into this wok. Again, if you don't have a wok, just use a good non-stick pan. We're gonna let that oil heat up just a little bit. And again, my stove is on a medium heat. Earlier I said medium high, but I did turn that down to a medium heat. And so we're gonna do our meat in batches, because you don't want to boil the meat, or you want to get a good color on it. I'm just gonna carefully get it down in there. Quite a bit of meat, so I'm probably gonna do a few more than 2 batches. Definitely more than 2 batches, but we want to make sure we get a nice sear on these, a nice crust. And because you have honey in this, you're gonna get a little bit of sticking because you have the honey, but it's okay. We're on there. See that color? So this is that flank steak, so it's nice and thin. It's not gonna take long to cook at all. You just want to get you some color, and then we're gonna set it to the side. Alright y'all, so this is what it looks like. I've done my batches. I had to do like 4 batches. And y'all, it's nice and tender too. This flank steak is nice and tender. The little bit of tenderizing we did do, it helped out. So we got a little bit of something left in this little pan here. It's okay. What we're gonna do is add a little bit of olive oil. Just a tiny bit there. And we are getting ready to saute our vegetables. That's our peppers and onions, that's our zucchini and squash. We're gonna saute that up. I already added garlic to the sauce, so I don't need to add any garlic. And as you see, I did like a rough chop on these vegetables. Do whatever floats your boat. Now the purpose of cutting this up in a rough format like this is so that it's able to withstand the heat and the sauce that you're about to add to it, okay? So we're just gonna give this a quick mix, and we're gonna be going back in here with our meat here in just a few minutes. I'm gonna let this cook down just a little bit here. And y'all know I season everything, so I feel like I need to season my vegetables with a little black pepper. Trust me, the soy sauce in your sauce and what you add to your meat is definitely enough salt for your salt content. It's definitely enough. That's why you have to go in with your brown sugar to kind of cut that salty flavor, and it gave it the perfect amount of sweetness. All right, so now we're gonna go in with our meat. Make sure it's well incorporated. Alright, so the next step that we're going to do, I have this at a high heat, okay? So the next step we're going to do is add in that sauce. Remember that sauce we made earlier? We're going to add this sauce in. We're going to add it around the sides so that it can just kind of begin to simmer and bubble up as much as possible. And we're just going to mix this well until your sauce thickens up. Now remember, you've got a rough chop of your vegetables, so your vegetables are still going to have a nice bite to them. They're not going to be soft and soggy, but they should be nice and al dente is what I am hoping for. Let's see what that sauce. See, your sauce is still pretty thin. Let's let that simmer. Let's let it simmer a bit. I've got it mixed up pretty good. And now after tasting that sauce, I will definitely tell you that I could have used a little bit more brown sugar to cut the sauce. I'm gonna add in a little bit more brown sugar, just right in here. Now one thing you could have done is tasted your sauce, which I didn't do. I know I'm always preaching to y'all about taste your food, but after I made the sauce, I let it sit and I didn't taste it. Definitely you wanna do that for your salt content, to make sure to see if you need to add any more sugar. And not white sugar, do brown sugar. Look how beautiful that looks. Woo, this is thickening up some. Alright, so it looks like our sauce is thickening up a little bit more. You can see that. It's not as thin as it was right here while I was showing y'all. It's thickening up, so however thick you want it, you know, let it simmer a little bit more, because remember we put the cornstarch in there as your thickening agent. I think for me, and the fact that this is gonna have rice, I like a little sauce on my rice. Okay, comment below if you like a little sauce on your rice. So for me, I think this is good. I think we're good to go. All right, so we're gonna plate this up and come back and show y'all what we are looking like. All right, be right back. All right, y'all, so here's the jasmine rice. It came out perfect, very, very fluffy. Came out perfect. So we're gonna plate this up. Alright y'all, so Curtis is giving y'all a little quick taste test of our pepper steak. Trying to get a little bit of everything. There is what it's looking like up close, y'all. Bowl. Alright. What you think? Now those bigger pieces, we tried some of the smaller pieces and they were very tender. Are the bigger pieces tender as well? Awesome. So let you know that that marinade really does work. And it really does tenderize your meat.
Try bigger for my liking.
But hey,
It's food.
how is it the taste? Can you describe and tell the family about the taste? Can we do that? Lord have mercy. I need to find somebody else to do my mukbangs.
I'm stuck in my teeth. And yeah, we're going to the bed. But it's really flavorful. The meat is tender. The vegetables are tender. You have a nice bite to them still too. Like eating them, like you just cut them up. You eating them like that.
Oh, they're still that raw?
Not all the way, but it's like,
They have a bite.
and rice complements it really well by soaking up all the flavors. When you eat the rice, it's like eating main dish.
Alright, y'all. So y'all heard it. It tastes pretty good. There is our, I'll show y'all one more time, our pepper steak. And we're going to see y'all on the next episode of Whatcha Cookin Glenda. Hey, be sure you like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you, hey, you, tell your mama what we doing in this kitchen. Holla!
So much better, and baby, you don't belong. Your love was cold.